Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. I'm a little out of it. I got a flu shot yesterday and it is kicking my butt, but here we are. I'm doing this to get out of my head. I've kind of been in it, putting on this big front, going to work, acting like everything's okay, laughing and joking, and on the inside I'm just sad. So I saw Captain B, the one who just, decided to up and leave me, leave my life, after, 20 plus years. He wanted his key back, and I was like, whatever, let's do it. And just the way that he acted towards me, I knew there was no point of saying anything, getting mad, screaming. He was cold, smug, acted like I was the bad guy. I handed back his key and he's like, I'll see you when I see you, and he just left. And it sucks. Because he has literally walked out of my life. He has taken me off social media. He's not talking to me. It's almost like he was never there. And I've kind of been tail spinning in my head a little bit. One of the 6 reached out and wanted to get drinks and catch up. And this is like the 2nd or 3rd message that they've sent me. And usually I would turn to Captain B. And I don't have that support anymore. And for a split second, I thought, yeah, you know what, why not go for drinks? Why not get back into that situation, because maybe I deserve it, maybe I deserve the punishment, I didn't go for the drinks because I know how crazy it sounds. That was just me kind of tail spinning out on my own. It's been an emotional time. The 6 always, I don't know if they have 6th sense or whatever, it's just, they always come into my life, I've said it before, either when I'm doing really good or really shitty. And I don't know, they always said, nobody could love me, I belonged to them, that I was their property, that I was just not good enough for anybody. And part of me wants to believe it, because it's like, wow, the one person who, you know, said they would always have my back in one way or another, or, you know, love me no matter what, they're gone. They're gone. It's almost like they didn't exist. And I don't know. You know, I'm tired. I'm picking up the pieces of a life, you know, without my person. You know, I've rebuilt my life a few times. You know, changed careers, changed schools, changed life paths. And, you know, I've rebuilt myself from nothing to this. And it sucks to have been destroyed the way I was. You know, I get it. There are people that have had worse situations, and, you know, I'm not comparing my situation, and I'm not trying to throw a pity party for me. It's just, it's a heavy weight to carry. Because there was so much trauma and loss, and, you know, it just, I'm feeling a little lost right now. You know, I got a good career, but besides that, I'm feeling lost and sad. And I don't know what to do. I kind of had a breakdown last night. I just ended up crying. And it felt good. It felt good. It felt like a cleansing, to kind of get it all out. It didn't help in the weight of my chest, but it helped, you know. And I think the one thing that, you know, I know that I should have done was said my piece. But I knew it wouldn't matter. He wouldn't give a shit. You know, he wouldn't care what I had to say. He would, you know, act like the wounded one and act like I was, you know, the person who did all of this. And I feel like one day I will be able to say my piece. Whether it's me sending him a voice message and telling him, you know, don't respond, just frickin' listen. I've thought about that. I thought about calling him and just kind of saying my piece, because I feel like it's not closed. And I think that's the hardest thing, is like, I know that he's not in my life, that it's like he had never existed, but for me, the chapter is not closed because I didn't say my piece. I didn't say what I wanted to say. And, you know, it sucks. But, you know, I'm doing it. I am getting up each morning, going to work, and doing what I do best, you know, help people and be a support system and be a good team player. And, you know, everybody talks about dating and in relationships, and I don't know if that's ever gonna be me fully. I want it to be, you know, I want it, but I don't need it. You know, I had this fantasy that I built a life, you know, with somebody, and now it's not there, and I see my future of me being a single mom, you know, me having my own little family by myself. Because it's safer. And I know that kind of sounds crazy and it sounds like I'm having a pity party, but the truth is, I was pretty messed up for a long time, and I got to a point where I let my past kind of control me, in the aspect of me not dealing with it, you know, that my abuser still had the hold over me. And now that's not there. I can say no to them. I can delete them and block them and do that and not give into it. Even if a part of me still wants to, that's comfort, which is pretty messed up. But that's what abusers do, you know, they build this bubble, and it's not a healthy bubble, and you know, your life depends on them because that's how they wanted it. And when it came to Captain B, there's a lot that I haven't said. How we got together was a completely rocky start. You know, we were friends, but a lot of things happened that I let happen because that was the situation I was comfortable with. No, he never raised a hand to me. Though he did punch me once in the face in the sleep, but that's okay. He was sleep dreaming and he punched me in the face. It's fine. He gave me a black eye. We moved on from it. He felt bad. I'm like, well, it's okay. I'm kind of used to it. So, you know, I know that he didn't mean it. But, you know, he never physically abused me. But there were times that it was emotional abuse or kind of word abuse that I was okay with, I was comfortable with, because that is what I was used to. You know, I was used to being told that I wasn't, you know, the person that they thought I was, that I needed to do better, that I was the bad one, that I was fucking up. And I've come to realize that is what I was comfortable with. You know, it didn't happen all the time. Like I said in previous videos, it would just build up until he exploded on me, which isn't healthy. But it was something I grew, you know, accustomed to and comfortable with because of my past traumas that happened back then. So I was like, okay, this is comfortable. Like, you know, I have to do better by them. Like, I have to be this perfect person. And when I wasn't, and when I got scolded, I would beat myself up. And, you know, it wasn't fair that I was fixing myself in the relationship, but he wasn't, you know. It sucked. It honestly sucked. It felt like I was alone for the last almost year. That I was the one that was fully invested, that it was almost like he wanted me to leave, now that I'm looking back at it, that he was trying everything in his power not to be the bad person, to have me do it, you know, so he could blame me, and carry that. And when it didn't happen, he did it himself, but he still made me feel like it was all my fault, that everything was on me, that I let it fall apart. And I don't know. I don't know if I did near the end. I don't know if I kind of just knew where it was heading in the end, because he wasn't talking. I was faithful. I never strayed. I don't know if he did. Like I said, there are speculations out there. Again, I'm not one to listen to them, but I never strayed. I was always loyal. I was the good girlfriend, you know, I stood by him for everything, and I know that he tried his best to stand by me. And given how our relationship started, I don't know if he did what we did, or he did. That's always a factor, and I think it's a fair thing to wonder that. And it sucks not knowing, but here we are, you know, me just pondering late night thoughts. Lucky me. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You know? And it just sucked. It was heartbreaking just to see how everything ended. Like, there was no ending on good terms. It was nothing. And, you know, some people are going to say, well, why didn't you fight? I could see it. He was done. Done with me, done with everything, done with whatever. That there was no point of fighting. There was no point of saying my piece because, like I said, there would be no point to it. You know, there would be no point of me, you know, just when you get that feeling and you're just like, okay, you know, it's over. Whether it be in a job, education, friends, whatever, you just know that it's done. And that's just how it is. It's done. No closure, no nothing, just done. And life goes on, you know, to the best of the ability of those around. I guess I don't even know what I'm saying right now. I'm so much in pain right now, physically, I guess emotionally, spiritually. I don't know. I'm just a hot mess. It's fine. I got the flu shot, well, because I have like no immune system, and family members, you know, are at high risk, so I had to get it. But this is gonna fuck me up. It already has. It's weird. I'm getting tremors in my hand. It kind of sucks because I'm like, I need my hands for work. So here we are. Last year it fucked me up too, so that's fun. And then I ended up getting COVID, so I reckon I'll not get that again. So I had today off and tomorrow off, so I'm just gonna rest and kind of just stay underneath my blankies and hug my stuffies and just grieve. And then get up and life goes on, you know? So, I'm closing this chapter. Might not be the last time I'm connecting these dots, but I feel like closing this chapter is the best thing for me right now. And yeah, closing this chapter, not on a good note, but here we are, guys. I am strong, I am capable, and I will be able to get through this. It's been a long few months, and I think that I just need to give myself time, and that is what I'm gonna do, you know, just give myself time, focus on myself, rebuild myself. I know the hole is never going to be plugged or fixed or taped over, but I will carry on, you know? And it is what it is, you know? I loved this person. I loved Captain B with all my heart and my soul. I loved him through the good, the bad, the in-between. And I loved our friends that he took with him, you know. They were a good chunk of my life too. And I have no regrets. I loved him the best way I could. And that was with my whole heart opened, my mind open, my walls mostly down, still kept them up a little bit. But I know that closing this chapter is the best thing for me. So with that note, never give up. Always keep fighting. You're enough and you're very much loved. Until the next video, guys.